What is going on, guys? Sonic and the Bean Show here. Today we're looking at the Naughty or Nice Collection Classic Santa figure by Fresh Monkey Fiction. This actually arrived on Christmas Eve, which I thought was pretty funny. So this is pretty much just a Santa Claus action figure. That's pretty much that. I don't think it's supposed to be based off of a movie or a video game or anything. It's supposed to be just your classic Santa Claus, but in an action figure. At least that's what I think. Which is why they are calling it Classic Santa. So I picked this up because I guess I wanted a Santa Claus action figure. I don't know, but it looked interesting and I wanted to give it a shot to see how it is. So let's go over the packaging real quick. So the packaging, it almost reminds me of like the old sort of Marvel Legends packaging in a way. But you know, we can see we got like an open window of the Santa figure and then the accessories right there, and then the Naughty or Nice Collection logo down here. The top, it really just says Classic Santa, if you can see that, and then there's not much going on at the bottom, of course, just the barcode. And then the side, you know, we got like, you know, this kind of like this Christmas sort of theme here going on with all over the packaging, and then that's the Fresh Monkey Fiction logo right there. And then here's the other side right here, and it is a Big Bad Toy Store exclusive. And then the back pretty much just shows the other Santa Claus figures that they make. So you got like, you know, Cyborg Santa, the Sergeant Santa, Krampus in Santa disguise. They make a lot of variety of Santas here, but you know, I got Classic Santa since that's the one I'm more, you know, familiar with. But yeah, that's pretty much that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and crack this out of the box and take a closer look. Okay, so here's the figure out of the packaging right here, and well, it's definitely Santa Claus. I mean, you know, it's exactly what you would see Santa Claus having, really. You know, the hat right there, the big red coat, and the trousers, and you know, the belt and everything. It's definitely Santa Claus and an action figure, really, I'll say that. But it's actually pretty good. There's a lot of shading all around this figure, which I think it brings out a lot of the aesthetics here on this figure. But the figure, like the sculpt on everything here, looks really good. Here's, you know, how the entire figure is all the way around. I wanted to get like a full shot so you can see. And I think like even the size of what they did here for Santa Claus, they did a pretty nice job, actually. I'm really liking this a whole lot. So let me get a close-up on the face right here. I only have probably one gripe on this figure, and I think it's the beard. I think the beard is maybe, it's a little too dark. I mean, I think it is a white beard. I can definitely see it. I think it's just a little too dark. Maybe it's, it kind of looks like it's like a grayish, bluish sort of like color to it in a way. I don't know, it's not like as white as I probably want it to be, but it's not a bad sculpt though. I think they did a really nice job with the sculpt here on the beard, and then, you know, the back of the hair. You know, I just think it's just not like white enough, really, you know, for Santa Claus's beard. But I mean, the sculpt around the beard though, and you know, the mustache and everything, it's not terrible. I think they did a really nice job here. Even, you know, the face, you know, I think the paint around it looks pretty nice. The expression is kind of boring because he looks kind of, I don't know, kind of bland in a way. Like I wish he was like maybe smiling or so, you know. But I think it's a really nice head sculpt though, I will say that. You do have his hat, which actually is removable, so you can see, you know, bald. He's bald right there, and this is actually a soft plastic, so that's pretty cool right there. And then this is, you know, the hat. I guess you could count it as an accessory as well, and you know, you could put this wherever you really want to, really. But I'm pretty sure it's really supposed to go like this because it fits the head pretty well. But again, the shading does bring out the coat right here. It looks really good. And then, you know, you have the, you know, the white fur here, which actually looks really nice too. I love the details going on here, along with like the white cuffs here as well. The gold for the buckle right here looks really nice, and there's even some really nice details on the belt too. Like it's not just like a plain black sculpt of the belt. Like there's details all around here, and you know, the shading again around it just brings it out. And even on the legs too, you know, like on the trousers right here, they did a really nice job here. And again, the gold paint here on the boots right here, or I'm sorry, the gold paint on the buckles right here on the boots looks really nice. And then there is, you know, just the bottom of the shoes. There are peg holes right there. Okay, now let's jump into the accessories. So this is going to be the head and then the hands you're gonna get once you take the figure out of the packaging. But you have this alternate head sculpt right here. It is pretty much just Santa, well, just winking really. So you have that, and you can, you know, pop that on the figure and then put that hat on there. And if you want to see how the hat looks on this head sculpt, there you go. And that also looks pretty good. I think I actually like this head sculpt a little bit more, but I think it's because maybe the expression, I think I just like it a little bit more. Is probably what it is, honestly, but I don't know. But you do have that, so I'm gonna pop this back onto the figure. But the interchangeable hands, you have your open hands right here. These are like more sort of open. These are kind of like, look like they're kind of like just in a gripping sort of gesture, but you do have like your open hands right here. And then the other interchangeable hand you get here is just one pointing finger hand that you have right here. So you have that. You have Santa's list, which is really cool. And there's actually like some names on there. It's a really nice sculpt though, by the way, of this. So you do have Santa's classic list. You're definitely going to need that. And of course, you know, why not? We got a Christmas present on top of that as well. And that's pretty nice right there. Now you gotta have this. This is also a classic. You gotta have the cookies for Santa Claus right there. So you do have your chocolate chip cookies, and then they actually gave you a cup of milk right here. So that's really cool. But what's also interesting is you can actually, oops, I just dropped it. But you can take the, you know, well, the milk sort of piece right here and just have like a regular cup, which is really cool. And then they gave you a plate right here, but I got it. So as you can see, you have the milk and cookies right there. And then this is actually cool. They gave you a stand, which I wasn't expecting. So you get a stand. I mean, Santa, he stands fine on his own, but it's cool that they gave you this option. And you know, it has the naughty or nice collection. I keep forgetting to say the collection part. And yeah, not much going on with the bottom, but that's nice that they gave you that. But that's all of the accessories. It's okay. It's just that he doesn't come with the sack, you know. Like, I think that's like the tradition thing that Santa usually has on him is, of course, the sack. So he doesn't come with that. He doesn't come with like any like small toys or whatever. He also doesn't come with any like mittens, like any interchangeable hands that has like mittens on them. It's just gonna show like his skin. And he doesn't have like, you know, glasses either. I mean, Santa doesn't always have glasses. I think he does, but I mean, I think it would have been nice as an option, really. Okay, now let's get into the articulation. So let me move this hat so that's not in the way. But the head is really just on a single ball peg, but you don't really get a whole lot of range to look up or down due to, you know, the back of the hair and then the beard right here. So, you know, the hair already touching, looks like it's touching like, you know, the fur part right here. So you're only getting this much for Santa to look up, and then to look down, not so much due to the beard connecting here, but you do have a little bit of tilt going on there. That's as much as you're getting for pivoting, and then this much about there. So it's okay, but you know, I think you're really just gonna be getting your full rotation out of the head right there. So you have that. For the shoulders, not the best. They only just go high about here. They don't really go any higher than that, but you do have your full rotation there, and then your single jointed elbows, which actually isn't terrible. You know, you get this much for the single jointed elbows right there, and there is a swivel going on there as well. And you have your rotation to the wrist along with a standard horizontal hinge right there. Now for the waist, oh, I forgot, I can't really, oh, wait, hold on. Okay, they can actually go higher. You just kind of like have to force it. It's a good thing I tried to move them up when I was trying to go over the waist. But all right, so Santa can do his T-pose right there. Okay, so you just have to like really flex it. But yeah, you can have the shoulders go up high about there, so that's pretty nice. But for the waist, it looks like this is also just on a ball peg right here. So to have Santa look up, I mean, this is going to break the scope of that right there. But I would say, you know, you're probably just going to get that much. Not a whole lot. You can still move it more if you want, but just keep in mind there's going to be a gap, and then that's not going to be continuing from there. And then if you want to have them look even more forward, it looks like it just wants to go just about here, and then there's also a gap right there. So not a whole lot going on there. And then to the side, I mean, it's decent, but there's still, well, the gap isn't too bad, but it does look a little weird because it looks like his body just kind of like shifted in a way, as you can see. So you got that, but you know, you have like your rotation there going on there as well. Now for the hips out to the side, they can go, wow, Santa can even do full-on splits right there. That is wild. I wasn't expecting that, but Santa can do full-on splits. And then to kick forward, he can kick forward pretty well too. That's pretty high up actually right there, so that's pretty nice. I like that this is actually a soft PVC, so you can move the hips a little bit more. And then to move him back, not so much. I mean, this is okay, but it probably could have moved more, but you know, the butt's gonna be a hard plastic right there. And then you have your single jointed knees right there. As you can see, you only get that much range for the knees, and you can also rotate that as well. And then for the ankles, there's no boot cut, by the way, but for the ankles, they go far back about here, far forward just about there, not so much. And then you have your ankle rocker, and that is, oh, and there is thigh swivel. I almost forgot, there is thigh swivel right there. But yeah, that is pretty much the articulation for Santa Claus, and it's, I mean, I think it's acceptable. I don't really expect, I mean, I wasn't really expecting Santa to move like a ninja or anything, but I think it's fine. I think it's fine for what Santa can really do, really. I mean, overall, I mean, the articulation, it's not terrible actually. I think it's actually okay. And again, aesthetically, it's a nice Santa Claus figure. That's all I gotta say. I think it's actually a pretty nice Santa Claus action figure. Alright, now let's get into some figure comparisons. These comparisons are going to be pretty random, but I mean, it's Santa Claus. I feel like you can just compare him to anything really. But I thought this was an interesting comparison right here. But here is that that Christmas Freddy Fazbear Funko figure. I just did this because you know, Freddy got the Santa outfit too, and yeah, pretty much that. So yeah, I wanted to show that off. You can see Santa still has some size to him. Here's like a regular SH Figure Arts Mario figure, and yeah, I like it. I like that Santa's actually like this tall. You know, he's not like too tall or too like short. He's, I don't know, I feel like he's just right, honestly. I don't know. I like it though. I really do like it. So I'm gonna take these two out the way. Here's just a regular Marvel Legends figure. So here we have the Marvel Legends Across the Spider-Verse Miles Morales figure. And then I want to compare him to a wrestling figure. So here is a Mattel WWE Elite Hulk Hogan figure. And you can see Hulk Hogan is definitely a lot taller. His leg is kind of warped though, which is why I gotta hold him like this. But yeah, pretty much that. Alright, so that is going to wrap up this review on the Fresh Monkey Fiction Naughty or Nice Collection Classic Santa figure. I think it's a pretty solid release. There is definitely room for improvement, of course. I do recommend heating the hands first before interchanging them because they were pretty tight on the figure if you were to try to pop them off. So definitely be careful with that. However, I really like the paint and scope work on this guy. They did a fantastic job with that. Articulation is okay. I wasn't expecting much with him anyway, but he does have a good range in some areas. And I like the accessories that's included as well. So again, I mainly grabbed this just to have a Santa Claus action figure in my collection. But if you also want to pick this up, this is available on Big Bad Toy Store since this is an exclusive to their website. But let me know what are your thoughts on this in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the review. But until then, take care, my friends.